So here we're going to continue with our project. We're actually going to be implementing some movements right now. If we run this, we see that we have the thing, we have our actual game, and we can press enter. That's going to run at the thread, but then the thread actually doesn't do anything. So that's what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna fix that. Okay, so to do this, we're actually going to go ahead and update this update method right here. So right now it's not doing anything. We're going to update this. So here, essentially, all we really need to do is repaint, just to see some basic movement. And then also here in key pressed, we're going to do if e.getKeyCode, whoops, there we go, is equal to, yeah, okay, key event dot vk right. There we go. We're going to do paddle dot x plus equals paddle dot and actually here we really do, okay, on the other hand, we can just do plus equals 15. I think that'll be good. Okay, and then now let's just do the same thing for the left, except we're going to subtract 15 from x. Let's do vk left. That's going to be the left arrow. Here we're going to do minus. Now, of course, so we can run this now, and it will work, but essentially we do have an error here. Well, not error, it's just going to be a flaw. So there we go. As you can see, it does update, but we can just go ahead and just completely move it off the screen, so that's definitely not really what we want. So that's why we're going to close this. We're going to go ahead and do here instead, and e, no, we're going to do and paddle dot x is more than 0, first of all, so that's for the right. So, or actually, no, on the other hand, it's going to be less than 0. And also not 0, less than get width, so it's going to get width of this component, minus, and then paddle dot width. There we go. So if the x position of, we're going to update move x to the right only if the x position of the paddle is less than the width of our window minus the paddle dot width. That's going to make it not move. So now you can see if we run this, press enter, and then go ahead and move, it's not going to move off the screen. It's just going to stay there. So that's why that's what this and. So we're going to do pretty much the same exact thing here, except we're going to do and paddle dot x is more than 0. There we go. And now when we run this, you're going to see if we press enter, and there we go. So we can only move it so far. And that just looks very good. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and start implementing our actual blocks here, our array list of blocks. So to do this, it's actually going to be pretty simple. Here we're just going to do for int I equals 0, I is less than, let's just say 8, and then I plus plus. There we go. And here we're going to do blocks.add new block. And here we can just do something like, let's see. So let's think about this. Blocks.add. There we go. Let's think about this. So we need to add a new block. So essentially what we're doing here is we're gonna have 4 of these. We can actually remove these things here, these curly brackets. We're gonna have 4 of these, and then each for loop is essentially just going to okay, what? Yeah, one second. Let me format this so that I can actually explain what we're gonna do. Each one of these is going to, and let me run this as well. Can I run it? Okay. This is so difficult. It's so difficult. It's so difficult to do this stuff. All right, there we go. Nope. I still, of course, I see. Oh man, this is ruining my life. There we go. Now I can finally show you what I'm planning to do. So the way it's going to work is that we're going to have these for loops, and they're essentially, oh my god, and each one of these for loops is going to add a row of blocks. That our ball is actually going to jump and break. That's actually what that's going to do, and then each row is going to be of a different color. Okay, so now that I finally got that out, I can uncomment this, and now here we're going to add a new block. So now what we need, first of all, we're setting the x position. So the x position for the first, it needs to, for each block, it needs to be a certain sort of more. The x needs to be plus what the width of the block is. So let's say that our block width is, let's say it's going to be 60. So we're going to do I times 60, something like that. Okay. So essentially in this case, what's happening is if I is equal to 1, then our 0, our x position is going to be 0, so that's going to be to the very left. Then if I is 2, it's going to be 120, which is going to be the next sort of block, and so on and so on. So that's going to be the x position. For the y position, here we can just set 0 for all the blocks. Yeah. And then for the width, let's set 60, and then height, let's set, I don't know, maybe also 60. All right, and then for the actual name of the block, let's just set something like, I don't know, let's just set blue.png. All right, now let's comment this out just to make sure that everything works correctly. Okay, well, it does not work correctly. That's because right here in paint component, we didn't actually implement the draw thing. So here we're going to do blocks.forEach, and then block, do some functional programming here as well. And then here we can just do block.draw, graphics, and then this. There we go, just like we did with the paddle component. And now you can see we have the blocks here, and they work really well. Let's add a +2 here just to give some separation between them. And that way, there we go. So that just looks a little bit better on center. Okay, and there we go. So now all we have to do is just do that for. Let's also go ahead and make this not necessarily 60. Let's make the height like I don't know. Let's make it like a 25. Can we do that? Yeah, there we go. That just looks a little bit better. A lot better, actually. Okay, so now that we have done that, let's go ahead and we can just pretty much copy this and paste it 4 times. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So now here, the only thing that we're going to update is change this 0 for the y to 25, and then plus, here it's going to be 25, 50, and then finally 75. Okay, let's also change the color. So here we have blue, then green, then yellow, and then finally, what was the other color? Red. All right, and now, there we go. We have this rainbow of blocks. There we go. So that's good. And those are the blocks essentially done. And today we're going to be implementing the actual ball functionality. So if we run it now, you're going to see that we get the blocks. And we can actually go ahead and start the app, and we can move, but we don't actually have a ball to actually break the blocks. So that's sort of, well, like the most important part. So let's go ahead and actually implement that also. So we have a ball here already created. Now we need to go ahead and draw it. So here we can just do ball.draw, G, and then this, just like everything else. And now you're going to see that if we run it, it's there. It's kind of weirdly drawn. Let's change the width here. Where is it? There we go. So with height, yeah. Let's try 35. There we go. That looks a lot better. So obviously change it. If you have a different image, go ahead and change it on your own. But yeah, there we go. So now we have our ball. Of course, it's not actually updating when we start the game. So let's close that. Let's go to our game here. Our update method. There we go. Our update method. And this is actually where all the magic is going to happen. So here for ball, inside block, we need to add a move x. So let's just do int move x, and then also let's do move y as well. Yeah. And then here in the constructor, we can just do move x equals 0, and then move y equals 0. So this is going to be the actual amount that we're going to be moving. Or actually, on the other hand, let's do it to 3. Let's change it to 3 here. I think that that'll be good. Okay, so that's going to be the amount that we're going to be moving on the x-axis, and then also on the y-axis as well. Okay, so here what we're going to do is ball dot x is equal to no, we can do plus equals ball dot move x plus ball dot move x. There we go. Simple as that. Okay. Now we should just be able to do if ball dot x is more than get width. So let's get the width of this component. Get width minus, and let's see, this is going to be the size of our actual ball here. It's going to be 25. Minus 25. So yeah, so if the x is more than get width minus 25, and let's see, so ball dot, what else would this be? Yeah, ball dot x is less than 0 as well. Or actually, we're going to do or here. You're going to see where I'm going with this in a second. We're going to do ball dot move x is equal to, times equals -1. So we're going to reverse it essentially. Okay, and in theory, that should actually make it so that we just move. So let's try to do this. Okay, and there we go. So you can see now our ball moves constantly to the x, to the left and right. And so yes, that's actually very good. So now we got the x-axis done. Let's go and implement the y-axis as well. So here we're going to do if ball dot y is less than 0, or let's see, yeah, ball dot intersects paddle. Then we're going to go ahead and do ball dot move y. Reverse that also, -1. All right. Essentially here, this ball dot intersect will check if ball intersects with paddle, with this paddle here that we have, and so that way it's going to reverse it. So now, well, I mean, actually, right now, it should, it should work if we do right here. We're going to do ba dot y. No, I'm sorry, ball dot. Nope, dot y is equal to, or no, plus equals ball dot move y. All right, there we go. Okay, looks good. Now, if we run this, you're gonna see, there we go. So you can see it just jumped off, and there we go. So now we can actually move this and, hit our ball. Of course, it doesn't actually do anything to the corresponding blocks, right? So it just sort of flows right through it. So that's what we need to implement right now. So here what we're going to do is for, no, it's going to be after that. So after we update the y, we're going to do for block B, or actually on the other hand, we can just do blocks dot for each, yeah, just like we did up there. There we go, taking a block as input. And here we're going to do if ball dot ball dot intersects block. There we go. We're gonna do block dot destroyed is equal to true, and then also ball dot move y is equal to times equals -1. There we go. So we're going to reverse it and then also change the move y. Okay, so now let's go ahead and run this. Let's see how this works. All right, and there we go. So you can see we're now breaking blocks. We're doing everything that we need. So looks pretty cool, right? I mean, it's essentially a working game. Of course, we would what just happened there with the thing? Okay, that's odd. Let's still try to run that. We seem to have an error here. It's not breaking the innermost layer, the yellow layer. Not really the innermost. Yeah, so it's not breaking it for some reason. That's weird. Okay, let's take a look at why that's happening. Okay, all right. So the reason that was happening is just it's actually pretty simple. Right here, we just forgot to add a ball that intersects block and block dot destroyed. So it was actually hitting the destroyed block, so that's why we were getting the error. Well, not really the error, just the functionality mishap, the bug. Okay, so now you can see if we go ahead and do it, there we go. Because you can see it breaks the yellows, breaks the greens, it breaks all of it. And now we have pretty much successfully created our game. So there we go. So that looks very good. And there we go, Susie. As you can see, we lost. Of course, now there are a few more upgrades that we can add to our game. We can maybe make a start screen, make a end screen, and so on and so on. And today we're just going to be adding a start screen and an end screen. So if you run our application right now, we have this, we just start up, we press enter and it starts up and we go and then everything worked great. But then when we lose, nothing happens. And at the beginning, nothing happens. So that's what we're going to be fixing. We're going to be adding a start screen and an end screen. So it's going to be pretty simple. First of all, let's just create a J button here in the main. So we're just going to be a start J button equals new J button. We're going to be implementing a very, very simple start screen. Let's import J button. There we go. And let's call it, I don't know, start. That kind of makes sense for the text. Now let's also go ahead and create a J frame. Frame start screen equals new J frame. There we go. And here we can do start screen. Actually, we can just copy this right here. Pretty much all of it. Let's copy that and then just paste in start screen. All right, so a couple of things here. First of all, we're going to set the visible here to false. And then here we're going to set the start screen to add the start button. All right, there we go. Now when we go and run this, you're going to see here how we get the start button, and then we can click that. Or actually, yeah, we forgot to add the listener for the start button. We're going to do start.addActionListener, and then here we can just do listener, whoops, like this. There we go. Lambda function here, and then here we're going to do start screen dot set visible false, and then frame dot set visible true. Simple as that. There we go. That's our start screen. Let's run this. Okay, and now we get the button start, and there we go. So now we have our game, and we can actually start it, playing it, and so that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's close that. Now we need to implement an end screen as well. So to do this, we're going to have a block breaker panel here. Where is it? Yeah, right here. And then here at let's condense these methods so that we can actually see what exactly we're working with here. All right, there we go. So this is going to be in update here. Yep. So here, if we're going to do if, actually no, down here. We're going to do if ball.y is less than, is more than, yeah, get height. Let's get the height of the this current component. Ball.y is more than get height. We're going to go ahead and actually end the game. So let's see, how could we do this? Well, first of all, we need to create a reference to our main thread here that's actually running. So let's create a reference to this thread. So right here in key pressed, we have this thread. On the other hand, now that I think about it, it's gonna be, yeah. So let's create a thread here. Thread. Okay, there we go. Here we can just do thread equals new thread. Okay. And then here we can just do thread.start. All right, looks good. Now here we can just do thread.stop. And while we're on that note, we can also here into the constructor we can pass in a main, so a reference to the actual main class. On the other hand, now that I think about it, it actually won't work, will it? Yeah, so it won't work. We're going to need to pass in two references. We're going to need to pass in a reference to the J frame, the start screen, and then also we're going to need an end screen as well. So let's create an end screen. Or actually, we can just go back to the start screen. Yes, that'll work as well. So here, let's just pass in a reference to the start screen and then the end screen as well. So here, we're going to go ahead and do new block breaker panel, and then let's just take this down here like that. And here we're going to pass in frame, comma, start screen. All right, there we go. Let's change constructor. Let's add the parameters. There we go. All right, and then here, so we can't do this in the constructor. So here we're going to do J frame, main frame. Okay, and then J, and then yeah, actually we just declare it, and then start screen. There we go. So then now here what we're going to go ahead and do is I think it's pretty simple. This dot main frame equals frame. Okay, and then this dot start screen equals start screen. All right, there we go. And then on here, all we're gonna do is, or actually, is stop down. Can we do interrupt? There we go. Is that deprecated? No. Okay. So then here, what we're gonna go ahead and do is mainframe dot set visible false. Right, there we go. And then start screen dot set visible true. All right, there we go. Looks good. So now let's make sure that this actually works. Let's run this. All right, there we go. Let's lose on purpose here. Okay, so we seem to be getting an error here. And, oh, okay, I see. So the problem here is that we're interrupting the thread. We can actually do that's actually pretty simple. Is just do equals null. There we go. Simple as that. And then also now, so we can run this. It won't actually work. So yeah, let's run this. Let's start. And as you can see here, it's going to go ahead and work seemingly okay. But then here when we click start, it's actually not going to run since this is actually saved. So instead here, what we need to do is go ahead and reset everything back to its original state. So to do this, all we have to do really is create a reset method here. There we go. And in here, let's just do void reset. All right, there we go. And here we can just copy all of this. There we go. And here we can just call reset. Simple as that. All right, and then also let's now put all of these declarations in here as well. Whoops, there we go. New Arraylist block. Then also with this. Whoops, there we go. And then also same with paddle also. And then here we can do blocks is equal to. There we go. All right, looks good. So now we can delete the actual declarations here, or assignments. Instantiations. All right, there we go. Yeah, block paddle. Forgot to delete that. There we go. All right, and now, so now we should actually be good to go. So let's make sure that it actually works now. Start. There we go. All right, let's lose. All right, everything gets reset and start again. Okay, that's odd. It seems to be that we're still getting the error here. Oh, okay, and that's actually because we don't actually call reset here. So that's why we're getting the error. So we forgot to actually call reset. There we go. So now let's run this. Hopefully now everything should be good to go. All right, and there we go. So we're back immediately in it. And so yes, there we go. So now we have a start screen and an end screen. Everything works seemingly well. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, I mean, it's... Huh, that's weird. That's a weird error. Let's see what we can do about this. Let's try... Oh, okay, I see the problem here. So we need to do reset right up here. There we go. All right, and now... Whoops, let's go to Java here. Let's start. Let's go ahead and lose. All right, there we go. And start again. And there we go. So that seems to be a little bit better. Yeah. All right, and there we go. So now let's remove the initial enter that we need to do. So right here, let's not do VK enter. We just need to do this immediately. So here. We can just do this in reset, I think. No, let's not do a reset. Let's do... On the other hand, though, when would it be best to do it? Because I feel as though... Let's do it in the constructor here. That should be good. Okay. So now let's see if this works. Whoops, we got an exception. Okay, that's odd. All right. Okay. Let's do after reset, of course. Since the ball isn't actually instantiated yet, that's where we're getting the error. There we go. All right, and now we should finally be good to go. All right, yeah, there we go. It's working. All right, and there we go. So we've actually implemented successfully our very first, sort of Space Invader-like game called Trillo. So now if we were to lose here, should I lose? There we go. We're back to the start menu, and we can now restart the game. And immediately starts for us. So yeah, there we go. Everything is working as expected. All right, so other than that, then that is all for this project. Next time we're going to be starting our next project, which is also going to be very, very fun. So anyway, I did try to keep things as simple as possible here. So yeah, there definitely would be better ways to do a lot of these things, but again, just for the sake of simplicity and to show off the actual features that there are, I went ahead and did it this way. What you can do, that's actually pretty cool, is adding a power-up system. So randomly, the blocks you sort of actually go ahead and hit, they can give you more balls, essentially, that would fly around the screen and hit with more of the blocks. That's also something fun that you can do as that extra credit, sort of, for homework.